Good morning, good morning, good morning. Team Liberty is back again. It's been a couple of weeks, so we decided we would go on that kind of schedule. So it's time now to bring you our, I guess, bi-weekly, is that the right terminology? Updates on our COVID management in Liberty County. We're happy to have these gentlemen who stand behind me today who have been diligent, happy to have our EMA director and their services, 911, all those persons who are looking out for your welfare. And we're just so appreciative of them and what they've done thus far and continue to do on a daily basis. So please join me in appreciating them when you should see them out and about. Just want to update you on what's going on. Not a lot of new. We had a report this morning that we're kind of holding our own, so we thank you for that. I do want to say early on, though, that I'm being told by the general citizenry that we're suffering COVID fatigue, i.e. means we're getting a little bit lax sometime in our public places. So I encourage you to encourage others, I encourage others to let's not become complacent. Want to make sure that we maintain the good results that we have and improve the results that we have. So it takes each of us in our respective places, as I said before, as a committee of one to do that. So thank you so much, and we ask you to please join us as we continue to keep Liberty County safe. At this time, I will yield to the very fine mayor of the city of Hinesville, the Honorable Alan Brown.
Wow. If I was running, I'd get you on my campaign team. Can't do that anymore, though. Good morning, everyone. As of this morning, Liberty County has 1,147 confirmed cases, according to my count, with just 2 of those confirmed overnight, and that's about the 3rd day in a row we've only had 2, so we got some good signs, but we're not there yet. It's in the last 2 weeks since we've been before you, we've had 1 additional death, bringing the current count to 23, and during that time we had around 100 new cases. About 700 of those cumulative cases have that are confirmed in Liberty County lived in the Hinesville zip code, for anybody that cares about that. Please continue to follow the guidelines laid out by the governor of Georgia and the city of Hinesville. Wear your mask, wash your hands, watch your distance, and all of the state and local emergency orders can be found at the cityofhinesville.org /517/COVID-19. If you're in need of a COVID-19 test, Diversity Health Center is still conducting testings on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the first 150 visitors each day at James Brown Park between 9 and 11 a.m. You can also receive a test by appointment from the Georgia Department of Public Health, and you can schedule an appointment by calling 912-230-9774. With that being said, another subject that we need to discuss briefly, and it's on everybody's mind now that we're in the month of October, is Halloween. The city of Hinesville recognizes that Halloween and trick-or-treating is a large event in the lives of our children and a favorite celebration for many across our city, state, and country. We have set our trick-or-treating hours for 6 to 8 on Saturday, October 31st, which is our normal time frame every year, pretty much. We have a video of safety tips and information posted to our social media platform. I encourage you to check it out and share it with your friends, family, and neighbors so we can all have a safe Halloween for our children. A quick summary of some of that, and you still ought to look at it. There are 2 drive-through Halloween events this year in Hinesville that are normally foot traffic events, October 17th and Friday, October 30th. They are both hosted by the HDDA, Hinesville Downtown Development Authority, and information about those events can be found on their Facebook page. Again, we're setting our hours for the regular trick-or-treating from 6 to 8 on Saturday, October 31st. And we're suggesting that you wear a mask when you're handing out or receiving candy, that you wash or sanitize your hands after each set of trick-or-treaters or each home you visit as a trick-or-treater. If you're handing out candy, consider sitting on your porch or in your driveway so that you can minimize the number of people who will make contact with your doorbell, your front door, and all of your property. Or employ the honor system and just put candy out in a bowl. That won't last long, I bet. If you are sick, stay home and keep your candy to yourself. That's pretty straight up, isn't it? Okay, one other subject. Well, actually two before I hang up. The 2020 census has been extended. Man, it's like a yo-yo. They shorten it and they extend it and they shorten it. Now they have extended it back to the original final response date of Saturday, October 31st. If you would like to help shape the future of our community, please fill out your census by visiting 2020census.gov. Also, I'd like to say that when you vote, please read the very last question on the ballot. It concerns e-commerce exemption. A yes vote will bring more jobs, businesses, and progress to Liberty County, so please read it and consider that. In closing, I will remind everyone again to do what we've been doing, the 3 W's: wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Thank you, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, citizens of Walthamville. We'd like to thank you for heeding to the call as we continue on with our 3 W's: wash your hands, watch your distance, and we pray that everything will be all right. This week, we was doing turnoff in the city of Walthamville, and we all know that the city hall is closed, but our drive-through department is open, and we ask you to give us a little bit more time before we open up the city hall. Our council meetings are streamed live on Facebook, and those of you that wants to be on the agenda, please give us a call at City Hall at 912-368-7501 to get on the agenda by noon on Fridays. The city of Walthamville, we're doing okay. We're doing real well, and as we continue on with the 3 W's, we ask that each of you govern yourself accordingly. The census, we've just been notified that the census count has been, census date has been extended. So please, ma'am, please, sir, if you haven't signed up for your census, please, I ask you to sign up for the census. You need any help, Mayor Pro Tem Lovett in the city of Walthamville, Councilwoman Sarah Hayes in the city of Walthamville, and even at City Hall, someone can help you with that. And remember that we are getting ready to vote, and we ask you to vote that yes on the last page for the e-splosh, so that will also help us out. Thank you very much. I will yield this time to the city manager, Mr. Kenny Howard.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Baker. Just want to echo what the mayor has said, as well as the chairman, Lovett, Mayor Brown. He gave you a real comprehensive outlook of activities that the city of Hinesville is engaging in. I would like to really re-emphasize the census count. We really need your support and participation. In addition to that, the flu vaccination is very important during this time, especially during this pandemic season. Now, the City of Hinesville Water Department is currently closed through Tuesday, October 13th. We've had a COVID-19 exposure, and as a result, we've had to close our operation, in-person operation. However, you can still make your water payments through drop boxes. We have 3 drop boxes in the immediate vicinity surrounding City Hall, so please come and utilize those opportunities to make payments. We also have a drop box at Fort Stewart Clearinghouse office, and you can use that for those soldiers who desire to make their payments. They can do likewise. In addition, you can call 884-229-2184 and just have your account number ready, and someone will be able to assist you in making your payments by calling that number. Also, you can go on our website, hinesvillepayments.com. Again, www.hinesvillepayments.com, and you can make payments in that manner as well. Or go on the City of Hinesville website, cityofhinesville.org, and make payments likewise. want to encourage everyone to please continue to, adhere to CDC's guidelines. Our city council meetings, we are definitely concerned about exposure. As I've just mentioned, we have an exposure, and as a result, our employees are quarantining and are working virtually if possible. The same, we've had an exposure at one of our council meetings, and so therefore, citizens of Hinesville, those who would like to attend our meetings, please work with us. This is not intended to be something that we're doing to keep our citizens out of the meetings, but we are trying to keep everyone safe as possible. And as a result, we have very limited seating, and if you're on the agenda, you will be allowed to come in. If you're not on the agenda, we ask that you go to our Facebook live streaming. You can basically look in on the meeting, and if you have a question, even during our Facebook live streaming, you can also submit your question that way as well. But we will be adhering to that a little more strict than we have in the past because of some of the exposures that we've had recently, and we're trying to curtail that. And finally, again, the mayor has mentioned the Halloween. Please go on our website. We have a video. This video will basically give you some more insight as to what the city of Hinesville is doing, along with the Hinesville Downtown Development Authority, who they are facilitating these activities. So please follow those guidelines and try to keep everyone safe. And now I'll yield to County Administrator Joy Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. It's good to be here again with you, and these gentlemen have covered so much for you. Just a few on the stats here, just real quickly. Our daily case rate per 100,000 is down from 12.7 on an average when we talked to you a couple of weeks ago to 7.8. That's good, but remember that anything over 100 is still considered high by state standards. So we're still over that threshold a little bit. Just remind you to visit the website of Georgia DPH, and that's covid19.gachd.org to look at these stats. They update them every day, and they're good. Testing has changed a little bit, or will change starting next week with DPH. They're only going to test in Liberty County 1 day a week, and that'll be on Wednesdays from 8 o'clock in the morning to 12, and you still do need an appointment to do that. So again, visit their website or call them, and you can find the number on their website to do so, to schedule an appointment there. In the county, there's really been no change in our office operations from when we talked to you a couple of weeks ago. Please remember to bring your mask if you come to visit a county office. If not, one will be provided for you at the front door, and we'll be doing temperature checks there also. We have had, unfortunately, over the last couple of weeks since we talked to you, a couple of COVID exposures internally. We still have one office that's partially closed because of that. The other has reopened. So help us help you by being safe on both ends. Court facilities, again, no change. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that a plan is being developed for resuming jury and grand jury proceedings. Again, the date to do that is the end of October, when that has to be rolled out by the judges for the Land Judicial Circuit. We'll give you more information as that comes up. Recreation activities, really no change since last time. Remember, there are some facilities, outdoor type facilities that are available, but you do need to call and schedule an appointment, schedule a reservation with the Recreation Department at 912-876-5359 to access one of those facilities. Commission meetings, like Mr. Howard mentioned over at the city, very, very, very concerned with the number of outbreaks that we've had locally here in some situations. So our meetings continue to be closed just for general public attendance. However, people that do have items on the agenda can come in for those items and then really leave after that. But remember, we're doing everything. We've changed a lot of things, the city, county, and all the governments to try to make these meetings and make everything fully accessible to the public. I'll echo that again, just like Mr. Howard did. So you see the Facebook spin-ups that are live. Please, please, please watch those. They're recorded, so if you don't get a chance to watch them as they happen, you can watch them later on. I want to touch on real quickly voting because absentee voting has started, as you're aware. You can request an absentee ballot up until October 30th and must return those by November 3rd at 7 o'clock p.m. The Voters Division does ask, you can bring them back into the office, but they ask that you use the drop box that's available at 100 Main Street in the old historic courthouse. This is on the Bradwell Park side, to drop those ballots back in the box. There is another site that's being prepared. Thank you to the City Council of Midway for allowing the Voter Division to establish a drop box location there. There are certain criteria that have to be in place at locations, including video surveillance availability. That box is being put in this week, and hopefully by next week, that'll also be a drop box site for you at Midway City Hall, down at the new Midway City Hall. So thanks again to the Mayor and City Council of Midway for working with us on that. Early voting will start October 12th. Been some question, that's Columbus Day, is that a holiday? It still will start. And that'll be from the hours of 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, that it'll run. Saturday voting, we have one of those a year that's required by state law. That's going to be on October 24th from 9 to 4. I'm happy to announce that there's 2 additional locations now for early voting that have been established. So there are 4 total countywide, and those are at the Liberty Complex on the east end, the Schumann Gym at James Brown Park, Grace Baptist Church, and at the voter registration main office here on Main Street. So again, voters registration, trying to reach out, make it as easy as possible for you to cast those votes and get those in. Early voting will end October 30th. So October 30th, that'll end. Other thing that they've asked me to relay to you, please remember to try to wear your mask when you come to those precincts. We'll also, or to those early voting locations, we'll have masks available. There will be some screening that'll go on, much like last time. Last time I would say was obviously the first time in dealing with voting in a COVID environment, so there was some delay. The voter's office has recognized that, is trying to do what they can to streamline those procedures. Please also, I think I said this last time, please bring your patient's cap because there are so many state guidelines that they have to go by to check things in addition to the COVID. Would also encourage you to visit the voter registration webpage, which can be accessed through libertycountyga.com. They're posting updates to that, so please watch that to stay on top of things. Finally, on a touch for Halloween, we have run up, much like the cities, a be careful type synopsis on our webpage to give you some tips on doing some things. The commission is recommending that you try to practice Halloween at the same time that the city of Hinesville is doing it, and that's on the 31st on those same hours as mentioned by Mr. Howard. So I guess in closing, I say it's working. Please be diligent. The chairman mentioned COVID fatigue. That I think that's a great tag because we all are wearing down from it, but I think it's really paying off. And I would encourage you to just keep to support the team, support the county, support the cities in the county and what we're trying to work through for you. And just God bless and please be safe.
Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have noticed that even during this COVID pandemic and all that it requires of our manpower, the county, when I say that, I mean county and municipality, we're still moving forward for your betterment because we are proud to call Liberty County home. That's why we say Liberty County proud. So we have not stopped with the normal routines that we would have in place. In fact, I heard Mr. Howard mention earlier how busy he was with all the projects that the city of Hinesville has on their docket. So those projects have not stopped. So while working with COVID, and COVID is taxing, I can tell you from the healthcare world, it is very taxing. But while working with COVID, we're also working for you digitally to push our community forward. So please keep that in mind as we move forward. Just a reminder, you know, the governor did make his speech today, and they said now there are 4 things, you know, you wear your mask, you wash your hands, you wash your distance, and then he added, you know, take the flu shot. I know some people have reservations about that, but I recommend the flu shot to you, the flu vaccine to you. None of us want to see what the impact is of having flu and COVID. And I had not thought about it until Mr. Howard said it about perhaps there being exposure during the city council meeting. So those things could very well happen. I know the city of Hinesville, the county and Walterville all have had exposure, so we're not exempt just because we're governmental representatives of you. We're just citizens who can be exposed anytime and any place. So let's all work together to keep each of us safe as we can. But we can't do it without your help, but we can do it together. Have a great day. Thank you so much. See you in 2 weeks.